My name is Joel Thingvall, and I'm 64 years old. When I wake up, I try to do 15 to 30 minutes of exercise. I like to go through the mail, I go on the internet, and sometimes get caught up in the social media. Then I sit down and actually go through one of the many boxes of things that I have accumulated over my lifetime that I try to turn into some sort of revenue. I enjoy still watching old movies. You know, I need to get out a little bit more. I wish I biked or skied or snowshoed or whatever, but I pretty much am an enjoyable homebody. I enjoy the computer, I enjoy the TV, I enjoy working with my fingers and typing stuff and sending notes and commentary and messages to different people. And I do have 2 grandkids who take a certain amount of time, and a working wife. Well, I want to say because of the educational processes that we had, again, I'm still from a generation in which I could say that from the people that I graduated with in high school, 50% probably went on to higher education and 50% probably still just went into the technical fields. But when I was in high school, the biggest thing that I was starting to learn was how to find things out. And as I went into college and then got out of college, it wasn't so much knowing everything, it was knowing how to find things. Again, part of that was because of, I was also a journalism minor and striving to working in that area. But I took pride in being able to do research, to check facts, to stay detailed oriented. We did a lot more things by hand. You actually wrote things longhand, or you actually typed things out. You actually double checked, facts. You learned how to use a library, how to use microfiche files, where you had to stick this spool of a negative or whatever and go through and find different articles to, back up information. And I think that took a bit more time to actually listen. Listening was very important. As now that I've approached retirement, I consider myself knowledgeable, and I can reflect on the past, and I have a better idea of how things did work or how we got to where we are. That doesn't mean I know how to improve things or that my generation should know how to improve things. And I'm also sitting here going that, well, my parents' generation, let's say 20 years older than me, who feel like they're being left behind or no one is listening to them. And it's like, yes, I think the younger generation needs to listen a bit more, but my generation also has to realize that we've had our chance to fix things or to make things better, and hopefully we have made some things better, but it is the next generation that's going to that make things even stronger. You want to pass the baton because you do have great stories, or you do have great insight. When I talk with actors, I like to use this, I like to say that I know a lot less now about acting than I did when I was in my 20s. I thought that I was God's gift to the art, or I knew everything because it was happening around me. And the biggest thing that I would tell myself as a 25-year-old is that I would work a little harder and take things a little bit more serious. I would also think harder about taking what might be considered good risks, rather than playing it safe all the time. If I have any regrets, it was that I overcalculated some things rather than just saying that if I physically, monetarily was able to hop on a plane and, let's say, go to California, but I didn't because I was comfortable in Minnesota. You know, I could have gone and failed and still come back. But I was worried about failing, about not making it, about going to New York and not making it and having to come back. Part of that was I figured out a key to living. It's lifestyle. You have to be comfortable with the lifestyle that you want and what you have to do to obtain or maintain that lifestyle. I have not found the need that I need to be an executive vice president or make $100,000 a year or all of that. I managed to find a comfortable amount of money that I have to make, and I've been able to do it either selling comic books, either acting or in writing.